wanted to walk down the aisle with my brother, so I wore a pure white dress. You, ugly as you are, should just enter from behind us all alone. No, seriously, you should stop with that kind of talk. You're the one who's going to get the cold stares, you know? Of course, if they see me in this pure white dress, it's only natural that their eyes will widen in shock. Wait, what? I don't really get what you're saying, but listen, today is my wedding with Randy. And yet the bride's sister showing up in a wedding dress would just make everyone think you're a weirdo. That's not going to happen. I look way better in this dress than you do, so I'm sure everyone will appreciate the sight. Compared to someone like you who looks like a dress draped over a bucket full of mud, it's a no-brainer. This is the first time in my life I've been called a bucket full of mud. Oh, is that right? Well, that's surprising. I think anyone who sees you would think the same, though. Sure, you're younger and cuter than me, but if you keep doing terrible things like this, it's going to ruin your cuteness, don't you think? You took my brother away from me, so who do you think you are? That is much worse. We've both lost our parents. We're each other's only family. You wouldn't understand that because you've been living a cozy life. That must have been tough, but this isn't about stealing Randy away from anyone. We both decided to get married to each other. No way, you brainwashed him. My brother is so smart, capable, and kind, there is no way he would abandon his only family, which is me. I don't think Randy abandoned you at all. Even after marrying me, you can still see him, you know. But we used to live together, and now it's just going to be the two of you living together. I can't stand the thought of that. I heard you all talked about it, though. Shut up. Regardless, you're a thief. Someone like you, a low-level woman, shouldn't even come near my brother. I'll make this day all about my wedding. Stop it. I'm not saying this to hurt you. You'll end up embarrassing yourself, seriously. The one who should be embarrassed is you, wearing a dress that doesn't even suit you. Anyway, it's almost time for the ceremony to start, and I'll be sure to showcase how fabulous I look in the venue. Wait a minute. I mean, think about it. This is a special day, and you're trying to steal the spotlight? It's inappropriate. You don't want people to talk badly about you, do you? Oh, please, you think that's what's going to happen? They'll be too busy admiring my stunning appearance to even notice you. Stunning? You're delusional. Just because you're wearing a wedding dress doesn't mean you look good in it. You should really take a good look at yourself in the mirror. That's rich coming from you. You're just jealous. You can't stand the fact that I'm the one marrying Randy, the one he loves. Loves? You mean he's been manipulated by you? It's not real love if he can just turn his back on his sister who's been there for him through everything. You really need to let go of this possessiveness. Randy is an adult who can make his own decisions. He chose me, and that should tell you something. I don't care what you say. The fact that you're wearing a wedding dress today is completely unacceptable. This is my wedding day, and I won't let you ruin it by showing off in a dress you don't deserve. Wow, looks like all the eyes were on me after all. You really have no standing here as the bride. Well, of course, the attention was on you. It's much more unusual than the bride showing up. Exactly. I'm 1,000 times more beautiful than you. I may not have been able to walk down the aisle with my brother, but now it's clear that everyone was focusing on me instead of you. Hey, is Randy really okay? He seems super angry. Is your goal to make him mad? I don't mind. My brother isn't very good at being honest with his feelings. Deep down, he truly loves me, his only family. That love makes him want to push me away, it seems. Isn't he supposed to be able to celebrate his loving family's wedding? Of course, I'm celebrating my brother's wedding. But the problem is that he's marrying someone as ugly as you, who is worse than anything this world has to offer. Ugly? You can't just say that to someone. That's how unworthy you are of my brother. You're not suitable for him as a wife or even as a coworker. Well, I don't think that's true. We met at work, but that was just a coincidence. Stop lying. You purposely interviewed at the same company as my brother to get close to him, didn't you? Well, that doesn't make any sense. I was studying at the University of Michigan. How would I have known about Randy, who was in Arizona? You're just throwing out excuses. I think my reasoning is pretty sound here. Anyway, you're still not suitable as a coworker. I just told the company how inappropriate you are. What? You're getting fired now. My condolences. There's no way you should be allowed to work alongside my brother. Fired? What did you say to the company? I told them the truth. I said, that woman named Georgia isn't fit to work with your brother. And what did they say to that? They were like, oh, really? I think they were pretty shocked by it. Well, it's not so much that they were shocked. Melanie, you've really gone too far this time. It's one thing to mess with me, but dragging in innocent people and causing trouble for them is unacceptable. Shut up. I'm just telling you that my revenge on you isn't over yet. Wait, what are you planning to do next? You'll just have to wait and see. It's going to be spectacular, trust me. I'm serious. You can't keep messing with people's lives like this. It's not just a game. Oh, but it's very much a game to me. I'm just getting started, and you'll be the center of attention whether you like it or not. You're seriously deranged if you think this is okay. Deranged? Hardly. I'm just getting a little creative with my payback. You thought you could overshadow me today? Well, let's see how far you're willing to go to hold on to your little fairy tale. This isn't fair. You're the one who's been acting selfishly. Randy is supposed to be mine. It's not about being yours or mine. It's about what he wants, and that's me. You need to accept that. You have twisted everything. This was supposed to be a joyful occasion, but you've turned it into a battlefield. Please, Melanie, just think this through. There's no thinking this through for me. This is my moment, and you just happen to be in the way.
I have no sister anymore.
What? Big brother? What's going on? What are you talking about?
I'm saying I'm cutting ties with you. I've put up with a lot until now, but I can't take it anymore. Hurting Georgia is absolutely unforgivable.
Hey, are you angry about what happened earlier? I just spilled ink on Georgia's dress. I didn't hurt her or anything. It was just a joke.
What do you mean a joke? Don't kid around. Why did you even wear a wedding dress today?
Don't you feel embarrassed doing something like that? But I looked better in it, didn't I? I wore the dress way better than Georgia.
That's not the point. Are you serious right now? You really need to take a good look at yourself.
You're the one who needs to wake up. What's so great about Georgia? You're just brainwashed. There must be someone more suitable for you out there.
You're gonna complain no matter who I marry, so I've been trying to ignore you. But what happened today is unacceptable. Do you have any idea how shocked Georgia must be?
It's that girl who brainwashed you that's the problem. I genuinely believe that my brother deserves someone much better. Do you even know Georgia's true nature? She's really manipulative.
And what proof do you have of that?
You can just tell when you talk to her. That girl is definitely not as sweet as she seems.
How dare you insult such a kind person like Georgia without any basis? You don't know anything at all.
The one who doesn't understand is you, big brother. Please wake up. The people at your company have woken up.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I called your company. I told them that girl Georgia is bad news and they should fire her. They agreed.
What are you doing? What do you mean they agreed? What exactly did they say?
They said, oh, really? So you really need to open your eyes. That girl is no good for you.
When did this happen?
Just a moment ago.
You've got to be kidding me. I have to call them right now and apologize. Seriously, what were you thinking? Do you realize the chaos you've created? You can't just mess with someone's life like that.
I just did, and I am proud of it. You need to see the truth about Georgia before it's too late.
What truth? All you have is unfounded hatred.
No, I have a gut feeling, and it's telling me to steer clear of her. I've seen how she acts, and trust me, it's not pretty.
You're not making any sense. You're just jealous because she's marrying me.
Jealous? Hardly. I'm looking out for you. I don't want you to end up with someone like her who doesn't deserve your love.
You're so twisted. You have no idea how great Georgia is. She's kind, caring, and would never hurt anyone.
Caring? You call what she did caring? She stood there and let you get humiliated. How is that kind?
What are you talking about? You're the one who caused that scene.
No, I only did what was necessary to make you see the light. You are blinded by your feelings. I see things clearly, and you're the one who needs help.
Help? Is that what you call this nonsense? Trying to ruin my relationship with lies?
It's not nonsense. I'm trying to save you from making the biggest mistake of your life.
And what do you think you're accomplishing? You're just making things worse.
You can't see what you're doing to yourself. You think I enjoy seeing you hurt? I'm trying to protect you.
Protect me by destroying my happiness? That makes no sense.
It makes perfect sense. You just can't see it. You're being manipulated, and it's time you realized it. Hey, where did you take Big Brother? I suddenly can't get in touch with him. He's currently making an apology call to his company, thanks to someone making unnecessary phone calls. Who is it? I absolutely can't forgive whoever it is. How could they deliberately cause trouble for my brother? It's you, you know. Huh? I never caused trouble for my brother. You're the one who called the company and spread lies about me directly. Now he's stuck apologizing on the phone, poor thing. It's your fault that my brother has to apologize. What are you going to do about it? It's your fault. Thanks to you pouring ink on me, the ceremony has been interrupted. It's not just interrupted. The ceremony should be canceled. You're not fit to be with my brother. Take off the dress and go home right now. Melanie, that dress is a rental from the venue, and it comes with a pretty hefty penalty fee if I have to return it damaged. What? You do realize there were witnesses to you pouring ink on me, right? So you'll definitely be responsible for paying for it. Do you understand that? What? How much is it? I'd say it's not less than $5,000. What? $5,000 just for a dress? It's not just any dress. It's a wedding dress. It costs that much. Just renting it costs over $1,000. Don't lie, you scam artist. There is no way it costs that much. The wedding dress I got was only about $30. That was a cheap costume dress, right? It's not even a real wedding dress. It's just some outfit that looks like one. You think I don't know anything, and you're trying to scam me out of my money, aren't you? Aren't you embarrassed doing something like that? If you don't believe me, we can talk with the venue staff later, but with so many witnesses, you're still responsible for paying regardless. Well, if that's the case, then you're also at fault for holding a wedding when you're not fit to be a bride. Someone else would have poured ink on you if I hadn't. What kind of excuse is that? Regardless, you'll be paying for the damages. You have to take responsibility for what you've done. Shut up. What makes you think you can give me orders, you ugly thief? Melanie, how about we talk this out calmly? I have no intention of stealing Randy from you, and I genuinely want us to get along as a family. Huh? I don't remember agreeing to be family with you. Fine, let's not be family then. Let's be friends. We can talk things out before this gets any worse. What do you think we are? There's no way I'd become friends with someone like you. And it's your fault we're in this mess, so you owe me an apology. If you can't be friends, then I'll have no choice but to demand compensation. What? Well, it's true, isn't it? You poured ink on me in front of everyone, especially at a wedding. If I took this to court, I'd win for sure. Compensation? So it's all about the money for you, huh? Making money off my brother's wedding is the lowest of the low. I can't believe how you keep coming up with these ridiculous excuses. But I'm serious about this. I'd rather pay than become friends with you. My brother can afford to pay that small amount for compensation anyway. You really think Randy will pay for you? Of course, he's my family. Isn't that obvious? I'll check to see if he's done on the phone. Hold on, you have got to be kidding me. Oh, you really don't see the trouble you're in, do you? Do you have any idea how serious this is? Not only did you disrupt my wedding day, but now you're making a complete fool of yourself. That's what you think? I'm the one making a fool of myself? Look in the mirror for a change. This whole situation is absurd. You need to realize just how ridiculous you're being right now. Ridiculous? Oh, please. You have no idea what ridiculous is. Do you honestly think your little stunt didn't catch anyone's attention? Of course it did. People are talking about me, and guess what? They're all looking at you like you're some kind of villain in this story. You wanted the spotlight, and congratulations, you got it. Oh, really? They're looking at me? You must be delusional. I think you're projecting your insecurities onto me. It's quite sad, really. I'm done with this nonsense. Hey, big brother. Georgia says she's going to sue me for damages. You're going to pay for it, right?
Are you serious? I thought I made it clear that I wanted to cut ties with you. Why on earth would I have to cover for Georgia's damages?
Well, aren't you concerned about me?
I'm worried in many ways. Melanie, just go and apologize to Georgia.
Why should I apologize to someone who deceived you? She is the worst kind of person. Can't you see that?
Listen, you don't understand anything. Georgia has stood by you all this time.
What do you mean?
I've been trying to cut ties with you for a long time now, but Georgia, having also lost her parents, wanted to stay on your side and support you. She's been trying to help you and you don't even realize it.
Georgia lost her parents?
That's why I didn't leave you. Melanie, Georgia has helped you time and time again and treated you kindly. Haven't you noticed? She's always been there for you when you needed someone.
Well, that's just a plan to take you away from me. She is deceitful. I won't be fooled by her.
Think whatever you want, regardless of what Georgia has said to me. I've decided to cut ties with you. From today onward, we're no longer family.
Brother, you're joking, right? I won't believe something like that. You can't just throw me away like this.
This is no joke. Starting today, you need to leave this house. It's time for you to live on your own and reflect on yourself. You need to understand that this behavior is not acceptable.
Why are you choosing her over me? We're the only family we have. We've been through so much together.
I'm not choosing anyone. I just wanted to expand my family. Love is not a competition, Melanie. It's about supporting each other and being there for one another.
What do you mean?
There's no hierarchy in family, right? I wanted to support the one I love, Georgia, alongside the one I love, you. But now you're making it impossible for me to do that.
But you're going to make me leave the home we've shared together? That's the same as abandoning me. How can you even think of doing that?
I intended to keep paying the rent. Didn't I tell you that? I won't leave you without support. But you need to stand on your own 2 feet. Melanie, you're too dependent on me. You're only remaining family. It's time for you to distance yourself from me. You need to grow and learn how to handle things without relying on me all the time.
No, I don't want to be apart from you. I don't want to be alone. I've lost Mom and Dad already. You're all I have left.
I understand that you're scared, but you have to learn to face your fears. I can't always be there to protect you. You need to become independent. This is not about me abandoning you. This is about you growing as a person.
No, you're wrong. I can't live without you. I need you.
No, I can't keep spoiling you. You need to think about what you should do moving forward. It's not healthy for either of us if you keep depending on me like this.
But I don't know how to be on my own. I don't know what to do without you guiding me.
You'll figure it out, Melanie. Everyone has to go through this phase. I had to do it too. I learned and grew stronger, and so will you.
But I'm terrified. I can't just leave everything behind.
Life is scary, but you can't let that paralyze you. It's a part of growing up.
You're really going to throw me out just like that? I can't believe you.
I'm not throwing you out. I'm giving you a chance to grow.
No, you can't do this to me. Please, don't do this. Georgia? Hey, I'm sorry for everything. Please convince my brother. I'm begging you. It seems like he's serious about cutting ties with me. I think Randy has put a lot of thought into this decision. I've tried to convince him all this time, but I doubt he's willing to listen anymore. Look, I really appreciate you, and besides, you've lost your parents too, haven't you? I didn't even know that, and I've been so cruel. That's not really a problem for me, but as Randy said, you need to become independent one day. I've only been helping you out until now, and I might not have truly considered what's best for you. Please, you've helped me so much until now. Can't you help me just one more time? All right, but you need to be serious about this. Huh? You'll need to pay for the dress damages with your own money and also compensate me for the emotional distress with your own earnings. Is that clear? What? No, that's impossible. I don't even have a job. That's why you need to find one. If you can manage that properly, there might be a chance for you to come back to the family. Are you serious? If I do that, will my brother forgive me? Of course, Randy has always wanted you to become independent. It's essential that you learn to take responsibility for your actions. I understand. Oh, and just so you know, I won't go easy on you. I'll pursue this to the fullest extent. I'm pretty upset about being called ugly and having ink spilled on me. What? Oh, could you at least be a little kinder about that? You need to take responsibility for your actions. That's ultimately for your own good. But I've never done anything like this before. I don't know where to start. Look, you've got to face the music. It's about time you learned how to stand on your own. No more depending on others. This is a chance for you to grow. I get it, but it's so scary. What if I fail? Failure is a part of life, Melanie. Everyone goes through it. But you can't let fear hold you back. If you really want to be a part of the family again, you'll have to put in the effort and show that you can take care of yourself. I know, but what if it's too much for me? What if I can't find a job or I mess things up again? Then you'll just have to keep trying. Persistence is key. It won't be easy, but I believe you can do it. If you really want to change things, you have to be willing to put in the work. I understand. I'll try my best, but it feels overwhelming.
Georgia, I'm really sorry about everything today. I'm just relieved we managed to get through the wedding without any major issues, but I know I've caused you quite a bit of trouble.
No, I should be the one apologizing. I've been the one supporting Melanie all this time and opposing the idea of cutting ties with her. I have to admit I've spoiled her in some ways, so the way things have turned out is also my responsibility.
Ever since our parents passed away, Melanie has been my only family. Even without anyone telling me, I found it hard to sever ties with her. I was fed up with her behavior, but still, I couldn't bring myself to do it.
But I never expected things to escalate to this point. I thought she was a sensible girl in many ways, so this situation has really surprised me.
I can understand your worries. Melanie's always had her insecurities, but it seems like she genuinely regrets what happened today. Perhaps this will be a turning point for her.
Yeah, I think she'll be all right. Deep down, she does care for her brother, even if it doesn't always show. Her feelings for you are strong, and that might be enough for her to realize her mistakes. She just needs to learn to express that love in a more positive way. After the events of that day, Melanie found herself grappling with the reality of her actions and the consequences that followed. The outcome was that she was required to pay for the damages to the wedding dress, as well as compensatory damages to me for the distress she caused. The total amount came to a staggering $30,000, a sum that weighed heavily on her shoulders. This financial burden was not just a slap on the wrist, it was a significant amount that would require serious commitment and effort to pay off. As a result of this situation, she had no choice but to move out of the house where she had been living with my brother. It was a difficult transition for her, one that forced her to confront her independence and the choices she had made. Now she had to face the world on her own, starting to live by herself while simultaneously juggling part-time jobs to manage her payments. This change was not easy, but it was necessary. From what I've observed, Melanie appears to be genuinely determined to reunite with my brother and regain her place within the family. It seems that her desire to return to the family unit has fueled her perseverance. Despite the challenges she faces, she's shown a remarkable level of resilience, which I hadn't noticed before. Each day she wakes up and commits to working hard, showing that she is willing to put in the effort to turn her life around. I find a sense of comfort in knowing that she is likely reflecting on her past behaviors and taking the necessary steps to improve herself. This journey of self-discovery might just be what she needs to learn the valuable lessons about responsibility, respect, and the consequences of her actions. While it's clear that this experience has been a wake-up call for her, I know it will take several years for her to fully pay off the debt. It's a long road ahead, and the reality of managing finances and living independently can be quite daunting. Nonetheless, I hope that during this time, she will continue to reflect on her actions and grow from them. This situation is undoubtedly a crucial moment in her life, one that will shape her character and influence her decisions in the future. As I consider the years ahead, I genuinely hope that once Melanie completes her payments, we can rebuild our relationship. I long for the day when we can establish a positive dynamic as family members again. Families, after all, are often tested through various challenges, and overcoming those difficulties can lead to stronger bonds. While our relationship has certainly been rocky, I hold on to the hope that one day we'll be able to connect, support each other, and even share in our joys as a family. It's important for both of us to acknowledge our past mistakes and work towards a brighter future together. The journey may not be straightforward, and it might take time for her to regain my trust, but I am open to giving it a chance. After all, family is about supporting each other through thick and thin, and I'm willing to be there for Melanie as she navigates this challenging path towards redemption and growth. With each passing month, I've noticed signs of maturity in Melanie. She seems to be stepping up to the plate, learning how to take care of herself and making a genuine effort to be more responsible. It's heartening to see her engaging with her new life, trying to carve out a better future for herself. Each small success she experiences along the way serves as a step toward healing and personal growth. I recognize that these changes don't happen overnight. They require time and effort. I often find myself reflecting on the moments we shared as a family before the fallout. Despite the painful events that transpired, I cherish the times filled with laughter, joy, and the bonds that we once had. It's difficult to let go of the hope that these moments can return. However, for that to happen, Melanie must continue on her path of self-improvement and personal development. The fact that she's diligently working to pay off her debt speaks volumes about her character. It shows that she's capable of hard work and commitment when she sets her mind to it. I genuinely believe that if she can maintain this focus and determination, she can achieve many great things in her life. Each day presents her with an opportunity to prove to herself and to others that she is capable of growth and change. As I think about how our relationship might evolve in the coming years, I find myself hopeful. I believe that with open communication and mutual understanding, we can rebuild the foundation of trust that once existed between us. It may require patience and effort from both sides, but I believe it is worth striving for. After all, family is about supporting each other through thick and thin, and I am willing to be there for Melanie as she navigates this challenging path toward redemption and growth. In conclusion, while Melanie's journey is just beginning, I am optimistic about the future. I look forward to the day that we can sit down together, discuss our past openly, and move forward with a renewed sense of family. I hope that one day we will be able to look back on this challenging time as a turning point that ultimately led to a stronger bond between us. After all, family is about supporting each other, and I'm willing to be there for Melanie as she learns from her mistakes and grows into a more responsible person. As we continue our individual journeys, I have faith that the lessons we've experienced together will bring us closer in the end. The road ahead may not always be smooth, but with determination, understanding, and love, I believe we can build a better future for ourselves and our family. I imagine a future where Melanie can share her successes and experiences with me, where we can laugh together, support one another, and create new memories. This future, while still uncertain, is something I deeply desire. I want us to come together as a family once more to heal the wounds of the past and to embrace the opportunities that lie ahead. With every challenge we face, we can either let it tear us apart or bring us closer together. I choose the latter. As time goes on, I remain committed to being a supportive figure in Melanie's life. I want her to know that I believe in her potential to change and grow. The challenges she faces now are merely stepping stones towards a brighter future, and I will be here to guide her through it. I hope she understands that while forgiveness may take time, it's always possible if both parties are willing to work toward it. Through all of this, I remain hopeful that one day we will find our way back to each other, stronger and more connected than ever before. After all, family's not just about blood, it's about the bonds we create and the love we share. As I reflect on our experiences, I can't help but think of the lessons we've learned, both individually and as a family. The situation with Melanie has taught me that forgiveness is a powerful tool, one that can heal wounds and mend relationships. It requires vulnerability, understanding, and a willingness to move past the hurt. I recognize that it won't be easy, but it is essential for the growth of both Melanie and myself. I believe that every individual has the potential to change, to learn from their mistakes, and to become a better version of themselves. Melanie's journey is a testament to this idea. While she made poor choices, she's now taking responsibility for those actions. This willingness to acknowledge her mistakes is a crucial step in her growth. It's also a reminder that people can change when they're willing to put in the work. As I think about Melanie's future, I envision her becoming a stronger and more capable person. I see her embracing independence, learning new skills, and perhaps even pursuing her passions. I believe that this journey will empower her to take control of her life and make choices that align with her values. This transformation is not just about overcoming the challenges she faces now, it's about laying the groundwork for a fulfilling life ahead. You know, I really want to have a nice and deep conversation with you, Renata. I'm just wanting to know about your academic record. Is it true that you didn't go any farther than high school? How could that have happened to you? You truly are a mistake, aren't you? You're so different compared to your brother, the successful lawyer.
Huh? Why on earth would you bring something like this up with me? Oh, wait, let me guess. It's you, Anna, isn't it? What's brought this on all of a sudden?
What do you mean, what's brought this on? I think you existing as only a high school graduate is what brought this on. I was expecting more of you. Look what I've done, for example. I've married a hardworking and beyond successful lawyer. I really thought that the rest of his family would have excellent qualities as well. But no way did I think that his sister was that stupid. You only just graduated high school? Is that some kind of a joke? Don't you think that you disappoint a lot of your family because of this?
Okay. Are you seriously putting it down because of that? I think the way you're talking to me is disgraceful and makes high school graduates over the country feel terrible. Do you have any idea how rude you're being right now? There are quite a few people in our country that haven't gone to university, and that should be perfectly okay. Not everyone that graduates from school wants to carry on with their education. Maybe they want to work, and that should be okay. In times like this, I think you need to refrain from saying such things, Anna.
Are you kidding me right now? Are you trying to tell me what to say and what not to say? Oh, do you think that theory is going to work with me? You're dreaming, Renata. Wait a minute. Were you just wanting to say something like that to sound smart? Was that your desperate attempt? Well, it definitely didn't work with me. Wow, such a shame that it failed. I suppose your brother is the one that got all the good genes in the family and you got all the crappy ones. At least you've got one thing going for you. At least you're a woman. If you can reel in a good man, you can live a good life and live through him.
Yeah. Well, I don't listen to people that give me that type of advice, Anna. It's not going to help me make me feel better about myself, and I know my worth anyways.
Whatever, I don't care. You do know that no one's willing to listen to a useless person like you. If you really want to be heard by people, why don't you go to college now? Oh, I guess you can't, since you don't have the brains to pass the SATs to get into university anymore. Your education really has been a waste of time for your family.
Anna, do you even think about what you did when you go on and on about my failure to go to college? You may have graduated, but you only got a clerical job. Then you thought it was a good idea to go on a blind date, and then you got married to my brother. You're living a life that's pretty much a model course. You didn't know what you wanted to do as a career, so you took the easy way out. Aren't you dissatisfied with only just being happy with what you've got? Don't you want a career? Are you the type of person that can only establish dominance in life when you put down others for what they've tried to do in their lives?
What the heck did you just say to me? What are you trying to do here? Howl at me like the loser you are and try to take me down? Nice try, Renata. It's not like that at all, and you know it. Your brother, the sibling that's more superior than you, he's just brought us a house recently, so how am I not satisfied with my life? All I've got to do now is be the full-time housewife here and live a relaxed life in my flashy new house. Don't you think that this is a life that everyone envies? Meanwhile, you're just here moaning and groaning when you're only a high school graduate. Even though you're not that much older than me, I still feel so sorry for you. I know that things are difficult for you, but if you try your best to catch a man who has a lot of excellent qualities, you can be successful too, okay?
Anna, up until recently, I thought that you had a cheerful and quiet persona, but I guess I was wrong. Do you think you acted that way when you found out I was only a high school graduate?
But I still am that person. You're still on the right track when it comes to who I am. I'm still cheerful and quiet. I understand you more than you realize. Your family doesn't have a lot of money, does it? I've noticed that your parents' house is rather small, and my dear father-in-law always wears tracksuits. I guess they wanted to do their best to make at least one of their children be the main earner, and I suppose they chose your brother. So you were neglected and only just got to finish high school.
Wow. You know what, Anna? That's actually a great theory that you've come up with. However, you shouldn't criticize other people's families without a good reason for it, Anna. Someday, everything you say will backfire and karma will come back to bite you. Your character will be called into question soon, Anna.
Well, no matter what a high school graduate says to me, it doesn't make much of a difference as a whole. Sounds like you're just being a sour grape to me. Your brother has been making fun of you for a long time as well, and I don't blame him. There's really not much that can be done about what you've had to go through.
I haven't got a clue what you're talking about, but I feel like I'm living a smooth and satisfied life, Anna. If you just keep quiet, I won't hold too many grudges against you.
It doesn't matter what you think of me, Renata. I don't really care. From now on, I don't want to be involved with someone who has such a low-level status. Also, don't ever ask for money from us, all right?
What on earth are you talking about, lady? You obviously don't earn your own money, so I don't understand why you're acting so high and mighty towards me.
Well, I was the one who chose to be with a successful lawyer, and I was the one who chose to be with a good man. That is all thanks to my own ability to attract that type of man. Now, would you just do me a favor? Get out of my sight. There's no need for a lowlife like you to be involved with us anymore. We're ending this relationship with you.
You're cutting me off? I haven't done anything to you. Anna, do you even realize how selfish and horrible you're being right now?
Excuse me, what do you think you're doing, Renata? Huh? What are you here for? Didn't I tell you that we're cutting you off? Weren't you listening?
You say that, but it seems to be all one-sided to me, Anna. My brother is a part of my family, so I think it's only fair for me to come over for the housewarming.
I should have known that a poor family member like you would sneak their way in here so that you could ask for money from my lawyer husband right away. Isn't that right? Did you really think you could get away with this by coming into our house for free and just ask for whatever you want? I don't work that way.
Okay, you've got me really confused. I've got no idea what you're talking about, Anna. Could you just be straight with me so I can understand what you're saying?
If you want to visit our house, it's going to cost you almost $10,000. If you can't pay for it, how about you just go on home now, okay?
That's absolutely ridiculous. You're kidding me, right? You're not actually being serious, are you? Who asked a family member to pay to visit their house?
I'm being dead serious, Renata. I'm making you pay because you're not welcome here. Even though we had a relationship, there was no merit in having it anymore since you're such a failure. I'm not some idiot who's going to be waiting for you to pester me. I'm not going to put up with that. It's best to cut ties with someone who jinxes everything as soon as possible.
Well, I don't know if you can do that since your husband is part of my family. And I'm a jinx. Really? If you feel like this, I guess I'll just go home then. But I do have one more thing that I want to ask you. Don't you think you're going to regret how you've been talking to me and you wanting to cut ties with me?
Are you kidding me with this crap right now? Don't make me laugh. Otherwise, I'm going to start rolling on the floor and I won't be able to stop. Why would I regret cutting ties with a poor, uneducated member of this little family? Just shut up and go home. I don't want to have to deal with you anymore.
Okay. If you want things to end up this way, then so be it. I understand what you want perfectly clear. I'll go home and leave you alone. I hope you don't regret your decision.
Hey, Renata, I'm really sorry about earlier. I didn't actually mean what I said to you. Come over and see our new house. We'll host you and give you some really nice tea and sweets. Renata, please answer my messages. You need to tell that to my dear father-in-law, okay? Look, you haven't answered your phone in a while now. Please reply.
You know what, Anna? My answer is no. Just recently, you said that you severed ties with me, right? Who do you think you are trying to get me to do things for you?
Look, I'm really sorry for saying that, okay? I honestly didn't mean any of it. That's why I apologized, okay? I can't believe that the law firm where my husband works is actually my father-in-law's firm. I never thought it was his father's. He's been keeping it quiet from me all this time, too. So even though I'm not the one truly at fault here, I still will apologize because I'm a good person.
Wow. I can't believe how bad you're wanting to apologize right now. What an absolute joke. Don't you realize how terrible you've been? I'm shocked at your mentality and how you've slowly gotten to these points in realizing things about my family. You've got guts, I'll give you that.
Hey, come on now, Renata. There's no need to be like that when I am trying to make amends here. What should I do about my father-in-law, huh? You were both supposed to come over for the housewarming today, right? That still needs to happen. I'm trying to turn things around, okay?
My dad was with me. We went together and got to the front of your house so that we can celebrate you guys having your new home. But once you showed us your true attitude, well, let's just say it wasn't appreciated by me or my father. So he said, let's just go home to me until we did. We didn't want to deal with you anymore. Anyways, my dad isn't here at the moment. He's currently playing golf, as he should be considering he doesn't get many days off and wants to do his own thing.
You've got to be kidding me right now. Renata, this isn't good. I'm sorry that you came all the way here and then he wanted to turn around and go home again. Now, next time he comes over here, I'll treat him right. So why don't you just bring him over here, okay? But then if he's playing golf, there's not much that can be done about what happened.
This is very interesting. It seems like you're panicking and trying to keep a straight face, but it's no use. You're starting to crumble, aren't you? My father's not a man of many words, but it seems to me that he's given up on you after what you've been saying to me. He said that if you're going to have that kind of attitude, we'll make you do things on your own. My father has been helping out my brother a lot up until now, but he's over how you treat this family. He's done with helping out now. He doesn't put you in the best position, Anna. He said something like, I have no intention of helping a family with a wife like you. Well, it seems that as long as my brother is with you, he'll probably be fired. So your attitude is the kind you display when help is needed, and my father is so over that. To the point that he doesn't want to do anything for his son either.
You can't be serious, right? I had no idea that my father-in-law felt that way about me or even about Reagan. Look, to be honest, between you and me, I think your brother is a bit of a show-off. He didn't seem to tell anyone that his father was helping him with things because he wanted to prove that he can do everything himself. He told me he was a self-employed lawyer. I thought for sure that he had his own office and everything. I never thought that his father was helping him out with the firm or anything like that.
Oh, is that what you thought? Well, hate to break it to you, but that's what the situation is. I know very well that my brother has always been a show-off. He's been that way ever since we were kids. I know that he's the type of person who looks down on others and only praises himself when things are accomplished. I think that's what makes you both really similar in how he can deal with your attitude. You probably hide a lot of your struggles to make yourself look cool and that you can handle things.
Well, I never thought that Reagan would be hiding this kind of information from me. I understand now that I was really rude to my father-in-law. I just didn't think he had an office.
Yes, I'm sure you thought that considering you said that he was always in tracksuits, and you thought he didn't do much with his life. I guess I didn't understand what your definition of rich is, Anna. I don't know if my father is the kind of rich person you'd consider ideal, But a person like you would never catch up with him. My father is a businessman who knows how to make deals, communicate with people, and has the ability to make a lot of money because of who he is as a person.
Oh, really? He's like that? He didn't show any proof of the sort that made him seem like a wealthy man. I didn't think he was that much of an amazing person.
The house that they live in. It's small too, right? So you thought they didn't have money, yeah? But what you don't know is that it's my father's 5th house. That house was also purchased with the intention of renting it out. Apparently, moving started to become quite a hassle, and my mother also said that it was difficult to move around when the house was so big. So, of course, the alternative was to get a smaller house, so that's what they live in now. Also, there was a free room, so I'm staying there too.
Huh? What are you even talking about? What kind of extravagant reason is that? Isn't one... I don't understand, but that means it's not your home, it's your parents'?
I guess you don't know the definition of what a family home is, Anna. Any family member can live there. If it's the house your parents live in, then isn't it the family house? The other house that they've got is already being rented out, so I can't go there right away, unfortunately. So I guess I just have to be patient and wait my turn.
Wait just a minute there, Renata. Does that mean your father is extra rich? Because I didn't hear anything like that from my husband, not a peep.
Well, my brother is a show-off, you see, so of course he wouldn't admit something like that. He didn't even want to praise my dad, even though he was richer than him. Also, if it's the family that's rich, it's actually because of the parents and not the kids. But sure, people mistake that because they turn around and say that Reagan's so amazing. At the time, he was working at my father's law firm, but he thought it would be less impressive to say that rather than say he's an independent lawyer. To be honest, it just seemed that he wanted to look cool in that situation and didn't want the things that weren't true about him to come out. He's so lame sometimes.
So, for that reason, he didn't say anything about it? But if I'm being honest, that makes me more relieved than anything else. It just goes to show how reliable your parents are. I think that we'll be just fine when it comes to working with them in the future, especially now that I know the truth about Reagan's employment.
Huh? What on earth are you even talking about, Anna? Do you really think that after everything you and Reagan said, that you asking for help is acceptable?
Excuse me? I think so, because we're all family after all, and I finally understand the situation that Reagan's been keeping from me. There's nothing but benefits in us all working together. Can't we just get along from now on, since I know the situation, and Reagan can just continue on working in the firm so he can earn lots of money along with your father?
Wait, what? Are you being serious right now? Have you not been listening to anything to what we've been trying to say? My brother will be fired because of you. As you just said to me just a few hours ago, we'll be cut off from each other because of the way you've been treating me. There's no reason to be swayed by your kindness.
Hang on, no, that can't happen, okay? Did I not explain myself before when I sent you that apology message? It was all just a dumb joke that I thought you'd find funny, but it backfired, so I said I was sorry. Don't be so angry about it, Renata. This was all just a huge misunderstanding. You know that, right? My husband was being taken care of at that firm, so I just got the whole story wrong.
So basically, you're just trying to keep my brother employed when you already screwed up his chances in the first place with your terrible attitude. So you're being the supportive but rude wife so that you can lead a happy life, right? And that you don't have to worry about money, correct? You know that my father's turned a blind eye when it has come to my brother's behavior up until now. You know that he asked for your hand in marriage without consulting us first. Did you know that? And then you turned out to be a horrible woman who's just a gold digger. This is the result of doing things on your own. My father was shocked, but at this point in time, we're not surprised by your attitudes.
But isn't all of what I said behind us now? It's over and done with, right? Since we're family and whatnot, we should all be trying to get along with each other, okay? If I knew everything about the situation from the beginning, I wouldn't have acted like this towards you or your parents. I would have been a lot nicer.
Well, you should have been nice to us in the first place, whether you knew about my brother's situation or not. It just proves what kind of person you are, and obviously you're a horrible one. But also, if you knew everything, you'd be sucking up to our family anyway. Either way, we'd still know you're just a gold digger. You were pretending to be sly, weren't you?
Hey, how dare you say those sorts of things towards me? I don't think I'm sly at all, or even remotely close to being a gold digger. I'm quite a nice person when I'm kept in the know about things.
Your previous messages say otherwise, Anna. It doesn't change the fact that you said that I was unsuccessful since I was only a high school graduate and everything.
Well, that's what I said. I get that, but that was it. It wasn't anything too horrible, and how was I supposed to know that you have a pretty successful family otherwise? It's totally fine. I feel like we didn't get along well initially. Look, I get it. You're also part of the family, and it's just another family member that I've got to try and communicate with. I can't help what I said was sort of true, right?
Well, incidentally, that was one of the reasons why my father was so angry about this whole thing with you. To my father, I'm his precious daughter and he wants to protect me.
I don't get what you mean at all, Renata. What are you talking about? Even though you're only a high school graduate, you're still able to fulfill the role of being a good daughter, so you're spoiled, right?
Okay. I see where you're coming from right now, but you're very much mistaken when it comes to my relationship with my parents and my education. My education that I got in the United States is only up to when I graduated high school because I went overseas to do my university education.
Hold on a minute. Did you seriously go overseas to do university? You could afford to do that? Are you kidding me right now with this?
Why would I kid about my education, Anna? Unfortunately, I got sick near my high school senior year, so I wasn't able to go to university for a while after that. But I'll tell you now, I wasn't that bad when it came to studying. I was quite diligent. I studied hard even while I was in the hospital. When I had enough energy, I often used studying to pass the time stuck in that uncomfortable bed. So it was hard, but I managed to not only just finish high school, and then I had to study hard for the exams to get into university. I was able to get into a university overseas, so that's where I studied.
Huh? Are you actually being serious right now? You did all of that, even though you were stuck in a hospital bed, sick? So that means, you must be quite smart to be able to push past all those obstacles.
Well, all I can say to that is thank you for the compliment. I appreciate you actually saying that, even though you thought I had no brains initially. You know, we're pretty sure that my brother is not as smart as I am. He just finished high school, decided what path to take, took the exam, got into university, finished, and became a lawyer. It wasn't a very tactful move on his part, so I guess he knew that he was going to get some help from my dad. He's basically eating out of the palm of my dad's hands.
Well, then explain this to me. Why are you still holed up at your parents' house if you're so much smarter than my husband? You can't be too smart if you don't have your own place.
I may like studying, but I'm not the most sociable human being. I want to be able to work in an environment I can communicate well in, so I started my own company and now I work in my room.
Oh, so that's how you're actually getting by. If so, I'd be more than happy to be friends with you, since you're definitely trying to set up your own company and whatnot. On that note, now that I know way more about this family, how about we all reunite again so you can all come over to the house now so we can celebrate and hang out?
I said to you before, Anna, we're not coming over. My father is no fool, and he's not going to be sucked into your fake kindness. After seeing your attitude, he's done with you. There's no way at this point we can all get along and be friends or whatever. It's not going to work. Please live a selfish and happy life with your husband.
But you and your parents can't do this to us. We're also a part of this family, and you can't treat us like this. Your brother got really angry about this. He said he's going to divorce me.
You know what? I'm not surprised that he said that to you after all the attitude you've displayed. He's finally seen the light, I guess. Too little, too late, though. In the end, he's one of those people that lives by showing off his own appearance, and I guess you're spoiling everything for him. You should really treat people better, Anna. If my brother and father are able to cut you out of this family, then so can I. I don't need a sister-in-law who's going to drag me through the mud all the time.
But your family can't do this to me, all right? It was all just a huge mistake, and how the heck am I supposed to live if your brother divorces me? I'm just a housewife, remember? Do any of you understand how much trouble you're causing by trying to throw me onto the streets? You can't do something like this to a human being.
Oh, is that so? But you were the one who was being so rude and obnoxious to us in the first place, Anna. You set yourself up for this, so it's all on you. You really should think about what you've done and try to do better when it comes to other people. All you do is make fun of people. Also, didn't you say full-time housewives are the best? That's on you for thinking that. You realized too late that you couldn't live on your own as a housewife because you'd have no money coming in. Too late to be happy now.
Please, don't say things like that. Why are you being so mean to me when I don't think I was that mean to you? Look, I'm really sorry for everything I said. Please, I'm begging you. I can fix the relationship that this family has with me. I can be a better person. I promise you all that. Please, give me another chance.
That's quite a change of heart that you're expressing, Anna. But I think that it's too late and also impossible for you to do, so this is goodbye. Also, don't try and contact me again because I'm not going to reply. And I shouldn't have to deal with a toxic woman like you in my life or in my parents' life. After that huge debacle when it came to Anna, she completely switched her character and went to the family house to try and persuade them to keep her in the family. They didn't want to hear a word of it, and the police got involved as she was trespassing on their property. She didn't go quietly, but they finally took her away in handcuffs. Regan apologized to his father and was on his knees sobbing and saying how sorry he was. The father never forgave Regan or Anna for their behavior and their attitudes towards Renata. As adults, they should have known better, and Regan should have seen what kind of person Anna was before they got married. After Anna was arrested, Regan went to a courthouse to finalize the divorce papers, and she was made to sign them. Angry and humiliated by this, Anna was fuming and ended up being abandoned by her husband, Regan. It seems like she's going to have a difficult life being single since her attitude doesn't get her very far with people. And that's the result of being too cocky. And of course, this is what happens if you don't treat others with respect.
Kennedy, could it be you're planning to come tomorrow? Huh? Kathy? Of course I'll be there. After all, it's my own brother's wedding. Why? Is there a problem? Oh, I just thought it might be hard for you to handle. I mean, after all, you have feelings for Carter, right? I can't help but think seeing Carter and me getting married might be a little too much for you to bear. What? No way. Carter is my brother, and as his sister, I'm genuinely happy for his happiness. Why would that be hard? You don't have to act so tough. You can be honest with me. It's only natural, right? I mean, Carter is tall, handsome, and incredibly kind. And let's not forget, he's a doctor. A guy with high status like that, of course you'd be head over heels for him. No, like I said, I respect him, but I don't have any romantic feelings for him. He's family. Then why did you skip out on the family gathering when he introduced me as his fiancé? You were hurt, weren't you? You couldn't bear it. Case closed. Wait a second. That was because you suddenly changed the date, Kathy. It wasn't planned. I would have attended without any issues if it had been on the original day. Oh, so cold and unfeeling, aren't you? Fine, have it your way. But listen, don't come to the wedding, okay? You'll just be in the way. To keep things peaceful, it's better if we don't have to deal with each other. Understand? What? You can't just say something like that out of nowhere. Oh, excuse me? Are you saying the bride's wishes don't matter? Look, Carter is my brother too. He specifically asked me to be there. I've made arrangements to come despite my own busy schedule. If you keep pushing like this, I might just have to mention your behavior to him, you know? Wow, talk about rude. No concern for the bride, huh? You know what? Fine. But just know I'm going to make sure you regret showing up. On the day, I'll make sure to wake you up from whatever ridiculous fantasy you're living in. What on earth is your problem? I never realized you were this kind of person. Unbelievable. So, have you realized your place now? Go on, leave already. What on earth are you doing? Throwing wine on me out of nowhere? The stain on this dress won't come out. Now, thanks to you, I have to go back to the waiting room. Oh, such a cute little dress, too. What a shame it got ruined. But I guess now it matches your face. Excuse me? What did you just say? Oh, I'm just shocked. I can't believe my doctor of a husband has such an ugly, hideous sister. With a face like that, maybe you should keep it hidden behind your hair all the time. But now at least I understand perfectly. You're in love with your brother, aren't you? Huh? How many times do I have to tell you that's not true? Stop lying already. I saw you with him. I saw it with my own eyes. You were walking down the street together holding hands like a couple just last week. It's gross. You're such a creepy brother-obsessed freak. What? Oh, I get it. Since no one else would want someone with a face like yours, you're trying to cling to your brother, pretending you're his girlfriend, huh? It's such a nuisance, especially to me, his wife, so stop acting like that already. You seem to be very mistaken about a lot of things, but first I'd like an apology for what you did with the wine. No matter how much you think you're the star today, what you did was absolutely unacceptable. Why should I apologize? I just cleaned up some trash that was ruining my wedding, that's all. Now, get out of here, you disgusting monster with those ugly burn scars. A filthy little freak like you doesn't belong at a beautiful event like this. Leave already.
Yeah, you're right about that. People who don't belong should leave immediately. And that would be you, Kathy.
Huh? Who is this?
It's Carter. I'm typing this now in place of Kennedy.
No way. This isn't real.
Oh, it's real. You've seriously hurt my sister. The wedding is off. I don't want to see your face ever again.
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
Exactly what I just said. I'm going to apologize to the guests now. As for you, get changed and leave. We'll discuss the rest on another day.
Are you serious? Wait, listen to me. You have to hear my side of the story. Hey, Carter, wait!
Kennedy, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry I left early. It was supposed to be your wedding day.
What are you talking about? I'm the one who should be apologizing. I can't believe I got fooled by a woman like that, even if she was introduced by a friend. She probably just came after my status as a doctor. I will never forgive her for hurting my family. You don't need to worry, just rest up.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Stop apologizing like that. If anything, it's my fault this all happened. I'm truly sorry for everything, especially back then.
Carter, I'm fine. Knowing you're divorcing Kathy makes me feel relieved. And now I finally understand I don't need to hold back anymore.
Really? I'm not sure I fully get it, but don't push yourself too hard, okay?
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, Kathy, stop messaging my sister. It's getting out of hand and you're seriously bothering her. And just so you know, I've seen everything you've sent. I've read it all. You're disgusting, Kathy. Is this the real you?
Wait, what? I only messaged her because you weren't responding. I was just checking with her. Don't make it sound so bad.
Are you serious? Do you even understand what's going on? You were so good at pretending, weren't you? You had me, my parents, all of us fooled.
Okay, sure, maybe I was putting on my best face, but don't you think this is going too far? First you cancel the wedding, and now you're talking about divorce out of nowhere.
Of course! I can't marry someone who can't respect my family. How can I possibly build a family with someone like that?
It wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, it was just a joke, or maybe you could call it a warning. Yeah, that's it. A little warning. I mean, come on. Kennedy's obviously has feelings for you. She's totally in love with you, Carter.
What are you even saying? That makes no sense.
Oh, don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. I saw you two together. You and Kennedy walking hand in hand, all cozied up like you were a couple. A week ago in the middle of the city. How can you deny that? It was sickening. She's such a clingy little freak. Ugh, it must be so exhausting for you to put up with her all the time, huh? You're too nice for your own good. Honestly, it's a shame you have to deal with such an ugly monster of a sister.
What the hell did you just say? Don't push it. You've said enough. Are you talking about that day we were in the city? Yeah, Kennedy and I were out shopping together. You want to know why? She got burned in an accident, and ever since then she's had issues with her balance. Her vision is impaired and she can't walk steadily in crowded places.
Wait, what?
Yeah, in a busy area she tends to stumble, so I held her hand to support her. Sometimes I even have to hold her by the shoulder if the situation calls for it to make sure she doesn't fall. We've all been doing that for her, my whole family, ever since she got burned.
Your whole family? So I just happened to see one of those times you were helping her?
Exactly. Is that enough to clear up your little theory? Instead of jumping to conclusions, you could have just asked me, but no, you had to twist things in your head, and worse, you decided to insult my sister. You even threw wine on her dress. Seriously, what were you thinking?
I didn't know. I mean, I thought...
That's the problem. You just assumed things and acted like it was the truth. And because of your baseless assumptions, you went and hurt Kennedy. You humiliated her. How do you expect me to feel about that? And didn't I already tell you about her accident and the burn scars?
Well, you did, but I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, I was shocked when I saw her in person. I wasn't expecting, that.
That? Are you even listening to yourself right now? You called her a monster. You threw wine on her in front of everyone. And you think that's okay? You're the one who's disgusting, Kathy, not her.
I just panicked. I thought I was losing my husband to his own sister. Isn't that a normal fear for a wife? It's not unheard of for the in-laws to gang up on the wife, right? So, yeah, maybe I got scared and acted out a little, but that's normal.
That's enough. I don't care what your excuse is. You went too far. You're gonna pay for the wedding costs and for Kennedy's dress. End of discussion.
Wait, Carter, please. You have to hear me out. You're not being fair at all. This is so one-sided. Don't you think that's a little cruel?
Cruel? No, I don't think so. After everything that's happened, I see your true colors. I don't want to be with someone like you. It's over, Kathy.
What? You can't just end it like this. We were so close to getting married. How can you just throw all of that away? Oh, Kathy? What's going on? What do you mean, what's going on? Are you seriously having fun ruining my life? You better explain yourself right now. That essay you wrote, the one that went viral on social media, it's about my wedding, isn't it? This Kennedy in the essay, that's you, right? How dare you write about me without my permission? Oh, you read it? Oh, that's a bit surprising. Of course I read it. You're telling me that all this time you were this so-called genius essayist that's admired by young readers? You? I didn't even realize it, but the story about the burn scar on the face matches perfectly with you. So you've been following my essays but didn't connect the dots until now? Interesting. How could I have known that a famous person like you was right under my nose this whole time? But that's not the point. Thanks to you, my social media account is being completely bombarded. I'm getting harassed every single day. Oh, really? Well, that's probably because you kept commenting things like, it's all lies and she should disappear under the essay using your own account, right? You basically exposed yourself. My readers easily found out who you were and then, well, they connected the dots. So really, you kind of did this to yourself. I thought if I just criticized it hard enough, people would stop caring about it. That's where you underestimated the situation. If you read the essay carefully, you'd know I shared the story about how I got these burn scars. It happened when I was a kid at my grandmother's house. I wasn't paying attention and bumped into Carter, who was carrying something. I fell face first into a hot brazier, and it left permanent burn scars on my face. Carter blamed himself for years. He kept saying it was all his fault for not being careful enough. That's part of why he became a doctor, to find a way to help me remove these scars. That's exactly what was in the essay. I didn't realize that was all true. I never blamed Carter for the accident, but he's carried that guilt with him all these years. 2 years ago, I got angry at him and told him he should stop worrying about me and just focus on living his own life. I wanted him to pursue his own happiness, but, well, I guess it backfired a bit. He was so stressed out and vulnerable, and that's probably how someone like you managed to manipulate him. What are you talking about? I didn't know any of this. How could I have known? Because I specifically told Carter not to share the story with anyone. I knew he'd keep blaming himself if he talked about it, but whether you knew or not, it doesn't excuse how you treated me. You mocked my appearance, you called me names, you even threw wine on me during your wedding. That was uncalled for. Oh, come on, it was just a joke, a little teasing. You need to lighten up if you want to survive in this world. It's not about what you thought it was, it's about how it made me feel. You never considered how your words or actions would affect me, did you? The wine you threw on me, that's assault, and the comments you made on social media, that's defamation. So I'm going to be requesting compensation for that as well. Wait, don't be so dramatic. We're family now. You can't seriously be thinking about taking this to court, can you? Carter's filing for divorce, so no, we're not family. And yes, assaulting someone by throwing wine at them and publicly defaming them online are both serious offenses. Are you kidding me? Who do you think you are? You're seriously going to ruin my life like this. Drag me down to the lowest point just because I made a joke? Is it because of those scars on your face? Is that why you're such a bitter person? You're aware that Carter has been reading these messages too, right? And yet you're still behaving this way. It's clear you haven't learned anything. So yes, I'll proceed with the legal actions. Make sure you're prepared to pay for everything. Wait, no, please, can't we talk this out? You're taking this too far. I can't handle all this. My life is going to be ruined if you do this. Come on, please, let's just talk this over. Goodbye, Kathy. Are you okay, Kathy? Seriously, you crashed your bike into the garage yourself. Are you out of your mind? It looked like you tried to run into me with your bike. What were you even thinking? Oh, please, it's your fault for not avoiding me. You were deliberately aiming for my blind spot, weren't you? You knew I couldn't see you coming. Are you kidding me? I am visually impaired, so my hearing is my main sense. I heard the sound of your bike speeding towards me and thought, oh no, so I tried to move out of your way, but of course your reckless riding led you to crash into the garage. I even called an ambulance for you, so you should be grateful for that instead of blaming me. And don't mess with me. The landlord is going to charge me for the garage repairs. The medical bills from my broken bones are going to cost a fortune, and I don't have that kind of money. What am I supposed to do now? So why did you go out of your way to do something so stupid? It was total self-sabotage. You really didn't think this through, did you? Because if I didn't do something drastic, you wouldn't learn your lesson, would you? You need to experience some pain to understand the consequences of your actions. Think before you act. You're being such an idiot. You could have seriously hurt yourself or someone else. An idiot? You're calling me an idiot? The moment you found yourself in a favorable position, you got cocky and careless. I'm not in any favorable position. Nothing has changed from the beginning. You were the one who misjudged the situation and went on a rampage, right? By the way, I've been curious about something regarding you. Huh? What is it? I've been wondering why you were so suspicious of the relationship between Carter and me. I met your parents recently when they came to apologize for something, and I also met your brother during that time. Wait, when did that happen? I spoke to your brother. He kind of resembles my brother in a way, which is why I approached him to talk. So, what are you trying to say by bringing that up? What are you implying? You had romantic feelings for your brother, didn't you? That's why you were so harsh on your brother's fiancé and continued to harass her. I hear you were even moved by your brother's feelings. No, that's not true. Why would I ever do something like that? Your brother told me. You obviously wanted to monopolize his private time and felt jealous of my relationship with him. You didn't hesitate to invade his privacy or even take secret photos of him. Wait, that's... So you were looking at my relationship with my brother with unnecessary suspicion while feeling jealous at the same time. It's because my brother and I had such a good relationship that you felt that way. Shut up, just shut up! Why are you the only one benefiting from this situation? You are so lucky, it's completely unfair. Are you satisfied looking down on me like that? I don't meddle in other people's relationships. You're free to love whoever you want, after all. If you want to be mad at someone, be mad at yourself. Shut up! You took my happiness away and you dare to say that? If you weren't here, I could have gotten married. It's all your fault. What? You're the one who ruined Carter's wedding, aren't you? How dare you? Did you think about Carter's feelings? He told me he wanted to make you happy while laughing. He was trying to make sure that you and I could get along. I didn't know anything about that. If I didn't know, then it's not my fault. Well, now you know. My parents, who couldn't attend the marriage meeting because of me, told me to not hesitate and shared everything they discussed with you, including your hobbies and preferences. You trampled on their feelings with your actions. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I just got a message from the owner about the garage damage. What message? The security cameras captured you crashing into me with your bike. I could have settled this with a simple agreement until now, but congratulations, you're officially now a criminal. No way. Are you serious? Yes, I'm filing a police report. Wait, not just compensation, but now I'll have a criminal report? This is impossible. I'm about to quit my job to get married and I don't have any income. Plus, if I get a criminal record, I'll never be able to get a job again. Well, good luck with that. You've made your choices and now you have to face the consequences. Wait, give me a chance. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. It was a mistake. I can't accept that. Don't worry, I will write about this whole incident in my essay. I'll describe what kind of person you are, what you did, and how you think. You have nowhere to run now, and everyone will know. No! You can't do this to me! Even someone like you, who has their head in the clouds and thinks everything is rosy, seems to have woken up now. Good morning. Are your eyes open now? Do you finally understand the situation you're in? What do you mean? I don't understand. You're just making things worse. You think this is making things worse? No, this is a reality check. You need to realize that your actions have consequences, and now you have to deal with them. I'm not going to let you get away with this. Why are you doing this? I thought we could find a way to work things out. Work things out? You mean after you tried to sabotage everything? No, you crossed a line, and I'm not going to let it slide. You need to learn that there are repercussions for your behavior, and I will make sure of it. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I just wanted to make you understand. Understand what? That you can do whatever you want without thinking of the consequences? That's not how life works, Kathy. You can't just crash into people's lives and expect them to clean up your mess without facing any backlash. I thought I was doing the right thing. I wanted to make you see how you were hurting Carter. And by hurting me, you thought you were helping Carter? That is twisted logic, Kathy. You need to take a hard look at yourself and realize that your way of thinking is deeply flawed. This isn't fair. You're ruining my life. Your life is in your hands, Kathy. You made choices that brought you here. Now it's time for you to take responsibility for those choices. Please don't do this. I'll do anything. Anything? Really? Prove it. Start by owning up to your mistakes and facing the consequences like an adult instead of running away or making excuses. I can't. I'm scared. You should be. You've put yourself in a position where you have to face the truth. It's time to grow up, Kennedy. The report of the damages was officially accepted, and as a result, Kathy found herself burdened with a substantial amount of liability for the harm she had caused. It was determined that her actions were extremely malicious, leading to her being recognized as a convicted felon. This label would undoubtedly follow her for a long time, affecting her life and prospects in ways she might not fully comprehend at this moment. After the divorce proceedings concluded, it seemed that Kathy was desperately searching for a job. Unfortunately, her efforts to secure stable employment were met with constant challenges and barriers. In a world where job opportunities are often tied to reputation and social standing, being a convicted felon carries a significant stigma. Despite her attempts to present herself positively, she struggled to find employment that would provide her with the financial stability she so desperately needed. Eventually, she resorted to working in the entertainment industry, doing things like pleasing men for money and such. While some might find this line of work to be an opportunity for personal reinvention, for Kathy, it felt more like a forced decision born out of desperation rather than a choice made freely. However, her characteristic hysterical tendencies did not serve her well in this new environment. Her inability to manage her emotions effectively led to her having a major confrontation with a customer one evening. This altercation escalated quickly, turning from a minor disagreement into a full-blown argument that drew the attention of other patrons in the establishment. What began as a simple misunderstanding spiraled out of control, showcasing the volatility of her emotional state. This conflict escalated to the point where it involved the police, resulting in her being expelled from the establishment where she was employed. The staff and management, eager to maintain order and a positive atmosphere, had no choice but to remove her from the premises. It was a humiliating experience for her, and it undoubtedly compounded her feelings of shame and regret. Currently, it appears that she's managing to scrape by with temporary jobs, living a life marked by difficulties and instability. On the other hand, I have been receiving treatment at the hospital run by my brother, Carter. He's been my primary source of support during this challenging time. Recently, I've noticed that my scars are becoming less pronounced, which brings me immense joy. This progress is significant for me, as each small improvement feels like a hard-won victory against the memories of pain and trauma that have haunted me. Not only am I happy about this progress, but Carter too was moved to tears, expressing his happiness for me in a way that only a caring sibling could. He said I can finally make amends, while reflecting on the pain he felt in the past as he watched me struggle. His journey alongside mine has been one of shared suffering, but also of healing. However, I took the opportunity to remind him that instead of focusing solely on atonement and past mistakes, he should prioritize finding a good woman to share his life with. I wanted him to know that while helping me was important, he also deserved happiness and companionship. He responded with an embarrassed smile, saying, "I'm sorry," clearly taken aback by my suggestion. It was a moment that highlighted the complex dynamic between us, his protective nature mixed in with the reality that he too needed to focus on his own happiness. Now I find myself contemplating whether to introduce him to someone through my connections, as I'm a bit worried about it. On one hand, I want him to be happy and fulfilled in his personal life, but on the other, I wonder if it might be better for him to take some time to himself first. After everything he's done for me, I want to ensure that he's ready for a relationship, as entering one without proper healing could lead to more complications and emotional distress. Perhaps it's acceptable for things to remain as they are for a little while longer. There's something to be said for the importance of time and healing in any situation. In the meantime, I continue to heal and rebuild my life. My treatment has been effective, and I can feel a shift within myself, both physically and emotionally. With each passing day, I gain a deeper understanding of my own resilience and the strength that comes from facing adversity. Every small improvement feels like a significant victory. Each time I see my reflection, the scars remind me of my struggles, but they are becoming less of a burden. In their place, I feel a growing sense of hope and determination. I realize that healing is not just about the physical aspect, it also involves a mental and emotional journey that takes time and effort. Carter has always been supportive, and his role as my brother and protector has been a source of comfort during this challenging period. I think about how much we've both been through and how important it is to have someone who understands your pain. His unwavering presence has been instrumental in helping me navigate the complexities of recovery. We've shared laughter and tears, moments of joy and sorrow, but through it all, we've remained a steadfast support system for one another. Kathy's life choices may have led her down a dark path, but I can't help but feel a sense of compassion for her. During the hurt that she has caused and the pain she inflicted upon others, I know that she too is a victim of her circumstances. Her inability to manage her emotions has pushed her into situations that she couldn't control. and it's led her to make choices that, in hindsight, may not have been her best interest. I wonder if there's a way for her to find redemption, just as I'm trying to do in my own way. As I reflect on our lives, I recognize that the road to healing is often filled with obstacles. It's a journey that requires strength, resilience, and sometimes a little guidance from those who care. I feel grateful for Carter's presence and support as I navigate through my own struggles. His happiness matters to me, and I hope he finds fulfillment beyond just his responsibilities to others. I think about the future and how it may hold both challenges and opportunities for growth. Perhaps Kathy will eventually find her way back to a more stable and fulfilling life. Change is often a gradual process, and I want to believe that with time, she may have the chance to learn from her mistakes and move forward in a healthier direction. Ultimately, I understand that life is about finding balance, whether it's between seeking personal happiness and being there for family, or between pursuing one's ambitions and dealing with past mistakes. It's crucial to strike that balance. As I continue to heal, I realize that it's essential for both of us to pursue our paths, even if they diverge from time to time. Carter's journey may look different from mine, and that's perfectly okay. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to healing and happiness. Each of us has our own unique experiences that shape our perspectives and desires. I want to support him in finding his own way, even if it means stepping back for a moment to allow him the space he needs. The thoughts of the future loom over me, filled with uncertainty, but also potential. With each day that passes, I feel a renewed sense of hope. I want to see Kathy do well, but I also want to ensure that Carter doesn't lose himself in the process of helping others. It's a delicate balance, and I find myself constantly reevaluating what it means to be supportive without sacrificing my own well-being or that of my loved ones. Perhaps soon I'll take the initiative to contact Carter with someone who aligns with his values and aspirations. I want him to experience the joys of companionship and the support that a loving relationship can provide. For now, I'll cherish this time of healing and focus on building a brighter future for myself and those I love. In the end, what matters most is that we all strive for happiness, however that may look for each individual. As I think of my own journey, I realize that it's not just about recovery, it's about rediscovering who I am beyond the trauma. I've always had dreams and ambitions that were put on hold during my struggles, and now it feels like the right time to begin pursuing them again. I want to immerse myself in activities that bring me joy and fulfillment, to reconnect with my passions and explore new avenues of growth. With each passing day, I am learning more about myself and the strength I possess. I refuse to allow my past to dictate my future. Instead, I choose to embrace the opportunities that lie ahead, no matter how daunting they may seem. It's a time of rebuilding, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually as well. I also think about the relationships in my life, those that uplift me and those that have held me back. It's important to surround myself with positive influences that encourage my growth. I want to foster connections that inspire and motivate me to reach my full potential. As I continue to heal, I realize that I want to be an inspiration to others as well. I want my journey to serve as a testament to the power of resilience and the possibility of change. There is a beauty in the struggle, and I hope to share that with anyone who might be facing their own challenges. I want to encourage others to seek help, to lean on their support systems, and to find their own paths to healing. In contemplating Kathy's situation, I also recognize the importance of forgiveness. While her actions may have hurt me and others, holding on to anger or resentment will only hinder my own healing process. I want to cultivate a sense of understanding, knowing that everyone has their battles and demons to face. I can only hope that one day she'll find her way back to a healthier path, just as I'm working on my own journey of recovery. Forgiveness is a powerful tool, and I want to embrace it fully, both for myself and for those who have wronged me. It's not about condoning the hurtful actions, rather it's about releasing the hold that past grievances have on my present. I know that forgiving Kathy does not mean I forget the pain she caused, but it allows me to move forward without being shackled by negativity.